Did you know that God sets a table for you and provides divine sustenance for every single situation you go through? Let's explore the concept of God feeding us in this episode of Growing in Grace. In John 6:35, Jesus says, "I am the bread of life. He who comes to me shall never hunger, and he who believes in me shall never thirst." Isn't it wonderful to realize how completely God provides for us? Where do you need a greater awareness of this truth? Consider specific areas where you might experience anxiety. In these places, are you thinking that God won't be there? Do you foresee being alone and having to figure the situation and resulting emotions out on your own? Can I remind you that God has provision for you in any event that you anticipate will be scary or difficult? Does knowing that God will show up with all His provision, His love, and His grace help calm fears of the future and the unknown? We don't know what tomorrow will bring, but we do know that God will be there. Can that be enough? How does God set a table for us? One of the names of God is Jehovah Jireh. Jireh means the Lord will provide. The first mention of Jehovah Jireh in the Bible was when Abraham was prepared to sacrifice his son Isaac, but instead God provided a ram in the thicket. God sees our hearts, our needs, and our lives and makes provision. His ultimate provision for us is salvation. In addition to our need for forgiveness, redemption, and eternity, He provides for our daily needs as well. God sets a table for us every day, every time, everywhere. If you're in the wilderness, He sets a table for you in the wilderness. Just as He provided manna for the children of Israel, He continues to refresh and feed us in the harsh and dry seasons of life. If you're in the doctor's office, the courtroom, the cemetery, or your workplace, the opportunity to taste and see that the Lord is good is in all those places. He is there with your table set in the middle of the night when you're lonely or scared. He's there in the midst of heated arguments, when your trusted friend walks out of your life, when you are delivering your baby, when you're processing trauma, when you're making decisions, and when you're struggling to forgive. He's there with healing grace when you remember what happened to you when you were a child. Welcome God into places that maybe you haven't thought to include Him in before. Sit at His table and let Him feed you. Let's consider who is setting our table. Our earlier scripture, John 6:35, says that he who comes to me shall never hunger or thirst. The requirement for having our hunger and thirst satisfied is to go to God. If we don't sit at the table God provides, we might walk right past divine provision in self-sufficiency or attempts to get other people to fill us up. It can be tempting to expect others to meet our needs. In some ways, our souls cry out to be fed. They hunger and thirst for satisfaction, and in mistaken attempts to get relief, we may put that demand for satisfaction on other people, like family, spouses, bosses, friends, or leaders. This is potentially dangerous because people are just people with craving souls themselves. Only God can fill a hungry soul. Can you identify the longing in your soul? Is it for love, acceptance, connection, or validation? Often it's for healing, and we go to other wounded souls instead of to the healer. You better heal me, our wounded soul demands of a finite human being. And then when the healing doesn't come, it just makes things worse. When you stand before other people, is your soul still? Or does it cry out, you should be doing this, you should be changing this, you should be giving me this? If so, you may have some expectations that need to be transferred to the only one who can truly satisfy a hungry soul. You may also benefit from watching my podcast, Laying Down Unfulfilled Expectations. It's on my YouTube channel. We might also put a demand on situations or things to fill our souls, like a job, shopping, busyness, food, or drugs or alcohol. Do you turn to something other than God to feel better? The danger with sitting at the table of people or things is the potential for idolatry to occur. God is jealous for your heart and wants to be the one to feed you. What does God put on our plate? Well, He feeds us what we need. When we surrender a wounded soul, He feeds us healing. When we sit at the table of releasing anger, He feeds us strength to forgive. When we pause and sit at God's table in the midst of chaos and confusion, He gives us wisdom. Sometimes we don't recognize what God puts on our plate. We might look at it and say, "What the heck is this?" It may not be familiar, but if it's from God, it's good. You may not realize how valuable God's unfamiliar provision is until you're a little further down the road. For further study, consider these scriptures. I hope I have encouraged you to consider whose table you're sitting at and if any adjustments need to be made. I bless you as you more fully realize the truth from Isaiah 49:10, that in God's mercy we neither hunger nor thirst. And I pray that you continue growing in grace.